Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. In today's Brother Scan and Cut tips and tricks tutorial, I'm going to show you how to cut and layer numbers. You're going to use this technique for creating birthday cards and such. I'll show you some projects I created in just a little bit. I just want to get started by talking about my machine and what I'm about to do, and I'm going to use this spatula instead of my stylus. And I just need to do a couple things because I've cut hundreds and hundreds of letters today. I mean, I can't even count how many letters I cut today. I cut so many out. I cut some in glitter, I cut some in red and green and glitter and some brown glitter, and then I did some layering. And now my blade is most definitely clogged with glitter. In fact, I've already had to clean it a couple times. So I want to show you how I clean and what I'm going to call sharpen, although aluminum doesn't necessarily really sharpen steel, but we're going to say sharpen for our intents and purposes. So what I'm doing is I'm taking out my blade holder. Be very careful, it's very sharp. And I'm going to get a Q-tip and get some more glitter out. I've been glading the glitter out as I go because my blade got clogged. And you really should have a dedicated blade when you're cutting a lot of glitter paper, or glimmer paper as we say sometimes. Now, if you don't have a dedicated blade, that's fine. But just definitely make sure you get all the gunk, all the adhesive off of there and all the glitter. You can actually see glitter shining and sparkling inside my chamber right now. Okay. Let's get the glitter out. Okay, good enough, because what's more important than getting the glitter out of here is getting the gunk off the top, because sometimes when you cut a lot of glimmer paper, you end up having some adhesive and things stuck on the blade. So my blade, I'm going to just use a piece of foil. So ball up a piece of aluminum foil. Yes, aluminum foil. And I'm going to, now you should put it down on something so you don't stab yourself, right? When you do this. So I'm using, and the blade does come out. So be careful, because you see, it's held in there by a magnet, but it does come out. See that? So be careful when you're doing this, because it does come out. And you don't want it to fly out on you, but that's why I say put this down on the surface. So what I'm doing is I'm using foil to sort of sharpen my blade a little bit. And now and it also helps kind of clean the blade and gets the gunk off the top of the blade. Okay, I think I'm good for now. All right. So, announcement to make now that I had to make sure I do that little tune-up. Thank you for helping my YouTube channel reach 30,000 subscribers as of today. So thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. And I'll tell you a little bit about my stats as we do this. So I'm using an SDX 125. And you can do what I'm showing you with, you can get the number part with the CM models, but you can't do the layering part. So the title of this video is Cutting and Layering. So if you're going to layer with the CM, you're going to do it a little differently, using possibly your canvas workspace. So my channel is about, it's not just about the Scan and Cut. I also show you many crafty products, and mostly from Stampin' Up, because I am a demonstrator. So I have some really cool new products to show you. As I do this tutorial, I'm going to show you something you can't even get yet, but that will be available January 4th. So we'll use that in my tutorial. All right, so you're going to see pattern and scan. You're going to go to the pattern. We're using a built-in pattern right now. You're going to use the built-in fonts because these are perfect for numbers. You're going to go to the alphabet there, the letter fonts. And you see there's only, you see how many there are? Like, let's see, 5, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. There's 9 fonts. So if you want hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of fonts, then you can check out my course called on Udemy, and there's a link in the description to my courses, and there's one about fonts, working with fonts, and you can work with thousands of fonts on your computer and access them, but you don't need to for what we're doing. Many times, and what I did today is I did use Canvas Workspace for this, but only because I had to type so many words, and this is some personalization projects we're doing, but on the little stockings and everything. This time of year is very busy for me because people find out I'm a paper crafter, and then it's like, oh, the floodgates are open. But anyway, back to this. Sometimes, like in this case, the 3 projects I'm going to show you later, and I'm still working on, I use the built-in fonts on the machine. But when I have to write lots and lots of words and I need to type things precisely, I use Canvas Workspace. So either way, when you just need numbers, this is a perfect one to use. So select the first one. See what I did? The first one, FO-A001. So you have this on all your machines. Now to get to the numbers, you're going to see how you can see numbers, and then this one's like symbols and things, like different language symbols. And you want to go to the number one. It's down there, the number. It depends on how you do your numbers depends on if you want to be able to move them independently. So I need to say this before we get too far into this, okay? I'm going to show you, one of the tips I'm going to show you in this video is what's called background scanning. And this paper is retired, but I couldn't resist for a gift I'm giving to a friend. In this case, I wanted the little turtles, which I'll show you later, to be inside the numbers. Okay, so it's kind of like a pattern fill. If you use Adobe Photoshop, you're putting a pattern inside letters. Well, to do that, I had to put my numbers separately, but I didn't really need to put the numbers separately if I'm just cutting them out of regular paper. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put. Let's see, I've already done 2 60s. I need a 50. So the reason you'd want to do this is for birthdays and things. I need 50. So because I don't care if they're together or separate, I'm going to go write the 50 together. But in this case, I had to write the 6, and then I had to put the O separate. I hope that makes sense. I had to put them separate because I was using what's called background scanning. Let me turn off that so you're not confused, because that's not actually on my mat right now. I'm gonna show you how to resize these. So background scanning is when you scan in the paper and you cut the letters out of the pattern, or the numbers in this case. So let me zoom in. Okay, we're going to zoom in. And now we're going to look at these settings. Okay, so here's your machine, and you have a 50 on the screen. You could have resized it earlier, but let's just resize it now. Put it where you want it. It doesn't really matter where you put it. To resize this numbers, it depends on your project. So we'll go to Edit and go to Object Edit. Again, you can do all this, what I'm showing you right now with the CM model. They let you resize in there as well. So you're going to go to the first one, which is Resize. So for the card that I made earlier, I needed these to be about 1.5 inch high. And I'm going to go with that again because I think it's a good size for a birthday card. Okay, because it really kind of stands out. So I've already done my 60th birthday card. Now I need to make a 50th birthday card. So the width doesn't matter because I can move. These are going to still cut out separately anyway, so the width doesn't matter. I can, I can put the letters closer together or the numbers closer together later. So my height is 1.5 and my width is 2.7, and that's fine. And now, because I didn't put them as separate objects, they're moving together as one. And so now let's put some paper in here, into my ScanNCut here. And I'm going to talk about the background scanning, okay? So here's the concept here behind this. The concept is, here, let me zoom back out so I can talk about the concept. So I want this 50 to be centered. And now I've already done, the card was for a female. Now I'm going to do a card for a male. So I want the 50 now to be centered somewhere in here, inside here. These blue ones and maybe part of the yellow, right? So I need to scan in this paper. So we're going to go ahead and put this paper on the mat, and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to do what's called background scan. So let's zoom back in, and it means that I'm going to scan what's on my mat. I'm going to hit start, and it just scans whatever's there so that you can then put the numbers inside the pattern of the paper in the precise place you want them. Okay, so just like I did with the turtles, I told you I did it with my turtles for my gift packaging. I'm also going to do this for the card, and I'm going to make another card similar to the card I made earlier, but this time I'm going to make it for a guy. His name is Bill, and this Saturday I'm celebrating with them. So see what I'm doing? Okay, let's make the paper background lighter. So the settings in the background scan are that you can change it to be lighter. So go into your settings and you can make your background. You can see the background in full color. You can make it lighter, which is better for what I'm doing, or you can go ahead and turn off the pattern altogether. I want to make it lighter because lighter helps me figure out where do I put this 50 so that it's in a good spot. So I'm going to have a little bit of the yellow, a little bit of the light blue, right? A little bit of everything showing. And if I want to go into the edit and use the arrow keys, I can nudge this 1 pixel at a time. Okay, so down, up, right? wherever I want to go here. Thanks, Sandy. I'm finally able to look at comments. I haven't been able to look at all the comments. Thanks, Sandy, Debbie, Jane. Oops. I hope I don't accidentally delete any. Oh, I can't delete them. Okay, Denise, Jen, Dolores. Thank you all for your congratulations. Donna, Joe. All right. Thank you, Janet, G, Debbie, Jen. All right, cool. I'm saying hi to everybody and thanking you at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to, when I click OK, and OK, keep clicking OK, bottom line, until you get to the place where it says cut, and then you want to start. So now I'm using the auto blade technology. That means that auto blade means that it's determining the depth. It puts little nicks in your mat, so it goes into your mat. And then it determines the depth of the paper, and then it knows how deep to cut when you're using the ScanNCut. So I'm just giving it a rub. I don't like when my paper falls off the mat. I've been cutting so many letters, and there's glitter all over my mat. I definitely need to wash it, but I haven't got that far, and I wanted to show my crafty friends what I was up to. So here's what I'm up to, and I'm making cards for people's birthday. So that's what we did, and because of where we centered this paper, I'll talk about this paper in a little bit. Okay, when you're going to be able to get this paper, etc. But I like to really stay focused on the actual tutorial at hand before I introduce things that have nothing to do with the tutorial. Because what I'm saying is you could have done what I just showed you with any paper you have in your craft room. Okay? Oh, that's kind of cool too, right? Yeah, you can even put one number upside down and that will still look good because it's a 0. Okay, so let's find some. What I'm going to use for the background is, okay, I can't use this one for the background. That's what I use for my girlfriend's card for the background because it doesn't contrast, right? Part of the number will be like melded right in there. So I definitely need a different background, meaning you have to have something to contrast. And I can't use that. Wait, I can't use that side. Nope. I can't use blue because the thing is blue. Here's one. Maybe, possibly. Nope. I think I better just stick with like a black or something. None of the above. None of the above because these are not going to contrast enough. So let me grab out. I'm just going to grab something else here. I'm just getting another idea. I can't use pink. Huh. Looking for something else to use here. I'm just because like I'm literally tethered to my microphone right now. To my camera. Not that I can't. Oh, this one might work. Let's see. It's gonna be some busy stuff here. Busy, busy, busy. I should have thought this mail card out a little bit better. Thought this through. Because I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here's one. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. Good, good, good. And if I have to use black, I can use black later. So now what we're going to do, the concept now is I'm going to teach you how to create an offset. Okay, so we need an offset so that we can cut a bigger outline of the 50 to really make it pop on your card. All right, so let's do the next part. I found a color that contrasts within the same pack of Designer Series paper. Yay. It's so easy to make girl cards with all my Stampin' Up! Products, but when you come to the guy cards, it's kind of hard because you don't have there's only a couple patterns, a couple masculine patterns. All right, so now let's do the offset. Now this part, everything up until now, you could have used your CM model of ScanNCut. To do an offset with your CM model from this point on, you'd actually have to scan these in and create and do the outline distance. But because we have an SDX model, we can do this right inside the machine, which is nice. Actually, we might be able to do this part inside the CM. Now I have to think about that for a second. All right, but go to Edit. I'll definitely correct myself in the next video if I'm wrong, but I get it all blurry sometimes. Okay, we're going to go to Object Edit, and what we're going to do is create an offset using this button here, and it's the Offset button. And I believe this button's only available in the SDX within these settings, but I think it's only because when I use ScanNCut data, it's in there. But I'm wondering, since I'm not using ScanNCut data, I'm using an actual built-in pattern. Anyway, if my vocabulary is confusing you, don't worry about it. It's just me trying to tell you that, because sometimes some of my viewers are using a CM model. So go ahead and give it a try. So what I'm doing is an offset distance of 0.08. So what happened is, if I don't do anything right now, it's going to literally cut out like a little tiny outline line. But now you have to get rid of, after you do this, let me zoom in. You have to get rid of the original. See, if you don't get rid of the original, you're going to end up with this weird little line. So you're going to pull the original off and delete it. Okay, so you're pulling the original away. Let me zoom back out so you can see the delete. Okay, pull it away, pull the 50 away, and you want to keep the offset there. And go ahead and hit trash. So you're trashing. And I could put this anywhere I want, because right now I can turn off this background because it's really not even, that background's not even on the mat anymore. But you see what I did is I deleted the original 50. I don't need the original 50. I just need this 50 for the offset. So it's like 0.08 is good for this kind of particular one, 0.08. Okay. Good morning, Tracy. And we're going to hit start. So what it's going to do is cut a little outline. And I might just, with my, if this doesn't contrast enough, I can do some ink it up, because one of the colors is in this suite is Misty Moonlight. So if it doesn't contrast enough, I'm ready with my blending brush, and I'm just going to ink it up a little to make sure it contrasts. And then you want to use some dimensionals to pop it up. So that's what I did for mine. Okay, so let's see how it came out. Yay! All right. Let's see. I need this for the birthday card. We're going to put that on there. And that looks fine. It's contrasted enough. It's soft seafoam. But if not, I could have inked it up with some darker colors. Okay, so that's what you want to do. And then you want to take your dimensionals, and you want to, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the card yet. The card is going to be, the card is in my head. I'm going to use my same papers and things, but I'm making a birthday card similar to my girlfriend's birthday card, even probably with the rainbow, but then I'm just going to use like a little bit different, instead of the pinks and stuff. I'm just using some edges of my dimensionals. It's very important to pop this up with dimensionals when you put the layering on your numbers. You can use the mini dimensionals, but I'm just slicing off a piece of the edge of my dimensionals to make them thin. Okay, and I'm just doing one for you. We're not actually making the card right now. I'll show you some more projects in a moment. So one of the things I'm helping for this 50th party is I'm doing a basket. And then I'm also a tag for the balloons. And I don't think I have to do a cake topper, thankfully, because his wife got a cake made. So I don't think I need a cake topper, but I'm just doing like some table decor, party favor type things. Okay, see how much better that looks when it's popped up on dimensionals. So you want to do that. All right, so good. So now, if you want to use background scan, you can scan in whatever's on your mat. Okay, that's what we just did. If you wanted to do something like I showed you here, I'm just going to kind of give you an idea how I did that one. Okay, let's go back, because I don't want to leave anything out. Pattern. Okay, oops, not that one. Letters, right? Okay, for my friend's card, I'm not actually going to cut it, but I went to the numbers, and I did a 6 separately. It's very important to do separately for what I'm about to show you. And then I did, oops, not edit, add. I added the 0. Go to pattern. Okay, I have to add the 0 separate because of the way the turtles were. Set. Okay, so this paper was curved. This is just some paper I'm using this is retired paper. But if you have a pattern that you need to get something in, here, okay? It's like the, what's that word? East Australian current, right, from Nemo. The East Australian current. I'm going to hit the, I'm going to zoom in. Not zoom in. I'm going to do the background scan. And then I'm going to make my numbers larger just to show you how I did this project I'm about to show you. So that's why I wanted to go. I wanted to come on today before I finished my 50th birthday card and just show you kind of the things I did, what I'm up to. So that's the background, that's the paper, and these were going to be, let's just edit these. Let's just make the 60. I'm going to select both objects and make them really big. Let's see. Oops. I can't make them really big at the same time for some reason. Let's make them 3 inches high. Is it 3 inches? Well, we'll do 2.5 because that looks pretty big. Okay, you see how I put the 0 down there, and then I'm gonna just make this one 3 inches high. So I just want you to understand how I got to how I came up with this. Why you'd have to separate the numbers sometimes, depending on what you're cutting them out of. Otherwise, just do the offset with the two numbers together, like I just did the 5, 0 together. But because my paper was like this, see, 3 inch, or I'm sorry, it should be 2.5. And I'm going to make the background lighter so you can see it better. I think they're 2.5. Because right now the background is interfering with, so the background right now is very dark and you can't really see it. So what I'm going to do is go in here to the settings and make the background lighter for this background scan I did, and see how I'm putting the 50 or the 60 over the top. Okay, now I'm not going to cut this out because I just wanted to teach you how I did the project I'm going to show you. See how the paper's curved? So I had to put the 6 and the 0 separately, and then I cut them. Okay, so with that said, now I show you my projects. So that paper was Whale of a Time, and it's retired. And here's what I did for that one. I have some paper. I wrapped my friend's nautical mug. It's her birthday, my friend's Nan, and she's my dive buddy too, my scuba diving buddy. And so I wanted to definitely do something with the ocean, so I got her a mug, and I should have not wrapped it so I could have shown my crafty friends a mug. And you would think all the paper crafting I do a better job wrapping. But I'm more into the packaging part and the cards, I think. But anyway, I just found some paper. I didn't really have any birthday paper, so I found some paper in a roll that was sort of like wrapping paper, and then I just put this number on it with the turtles inside. And then I used this for the background, and it didn't matter. These two was an offset of 0.08, or it could have been an offset of 0.12 for that one, a big offset. But these two, I worried about the background pattern, but this one I didn't. Okay, so that's for a birthday package. Also for my friend's birthday, I made her card. And this is where I used the new products that are coming out January 4th. And this is free paper that you can get. And it's called Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. And you can die cut it, and it's super, super fun. And you can see how I use it for different things. But I'm using some retired products too, and some new products. One retired product that I'm using is the Butterfly Duet Punch. But I know my crafty friends have it because I keep telling you every time it's on clearance, please get that punch. It's so awesome. Okay, and I'm also using a new celebration. So the paper's free in our celebration special coming up. And the brochure looks like this. These are free items you can get January 4th. Okay, this is a free item you can get when you spend $100, and it also comes with designer series paper. And because this rainbow stamp set I had didn't have a birthday sentiment, I used the happy birthday from the Friendly Hello stamp set, and I stamped happy birthday. Hope you have the best birthday. And I stamped that using Misty Moonlight. Oops, my little bling's coming off. These new iridescent gems are from, oops, come on bling, stay on bling. I'm gonna have to put another glue dot on there. The new iridescent gems and the rainbow dies, the dies I created these rainbow with, are inside of here. This new catalog coming out January 4th. Okay, and I already told you about the paper. And then I lined up the butterfly punch with the paper, just by where I punched it. That's how I got those little butterflies to come out there. And added some iridescent things. All right, and then this one is just one I'm working on. I told you I was working on some for the balloons. This is glitter paper I got when I was in Germany. But that's what made the glitter get all over my inside of my Stampin' Up. And this is for the guy. So we're back to, I have a 50th that I'm making the balloon thing, and that's why glitter got in my chamber here from cutting this one. And it tries to cut twice, and the tip I want to give you for that is you don't need to cut it twice. It thinks it's really thick, and it tries to cut it twice. When it goes to the second round of cutting, be sure you hit pause and cancel, because it'll really cut out after one set of cutting. And this is a 0.08 outline distance. And I'm doing this for a basket, and I'm doing it for balloons, and I'm going to do a different one with some black glimmer paper I have. All right, so that's all I got for you. One more last thing. Okay, Donna's writing. Let's see what she's writing. Thank you for the hard work you bring. Oh, thank you, Donna. Thank you for your hard work that you bring. She's grateful. Well, I'm grateful for you guys for watching. I wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't watching. So right now to tomorrow, December 8th, okay, you can get any items with free shipping. So this catalog's still good. And you don't need a catalog to shop with me. I'm just showing you the catalog. It's fun to have a catalog, but you really just go to my website and there's free shipping. It's a one-day only sale, December 8th, Mountain Time in Salt Lake City. That's because our company is near, it's like in Riverton, Utah. That's why. Stampin' Up! Company. So if you want products like this before they retire January 3rd. Most of them, not all. I can open up this catalog. Awesome stuff in here. If you want anything from here, which is all online, and you like the products before they retire, you can get them. Free shipping tomorrow. And you can get anything in here. Free shipping. So it's kind of like, well, it's not kind of like, it is having like a 10% sale. Not to mention you already save 10% when you buy bundles. So, you know, time to stock up, right? Paper. This is me. This is what I love. Designer Series paper. Awesome. All free shipping. All right, that's all I got for you. Catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. This is the Papered Chef.